Parts replacement and overhaul of your S or HTS type fan clutch is necessary if the clutch leaks air, the bearings are rough, or if the lining is worn to less than 1/16 of an inch. The seal kit for an air leak, part number 994205, includes 8 cap screws, 2 O-rings, a face seal, a snap ring, the air cartridge assembly with U-cup, and a tube of Parker O-ring lubricant. The bearing kit, part number 994204 for the S-type clutch, or part number 994206 for the HTS model, is used when replacing rough bearings or worn lining. The bearing kit includes all of the seal kit parts, plus a friction disc and screws, hub bearings, sheave bearings, and a self-locking adjusting nut. Remove the fan clutch and clamp it in a vise. Remove the 6 or 8 socket head cap screws. Use 90 psi of air pressure to assist in sliding off the air chamber. Remove the air cartridge assembly by using a number 1 snap ring pliers. Special attention should be exercised when working with retaining rings. Always wear safety goggles when working with spring or tension-loaded fasteners or devices. Slide the cartridge assembly out and remove the U-cup located at the bottom of the shaft behind the cartridge assembly. If installing only a seal kit for an air leak, this is as far into the clutch body as you need to go. For installation of a bearing kit, the following steps are necessary. Tap the old-style lock washer tab free from the adjusting nut, if applicable. Remove and discard the adjusting nut and lock washer. A new self-locking nut is provided in the bearing kit. Remove the piston friction disc and examine it for heat checking that may have been caused by air leaks or low air pressure. Remove the friction lining material. Now remove the journal spacer from the shaft and slide the pulley assembly off. It is absolutely essential to replace all parts that are in the repair kit during this overhaul procedure. Remove pulley bearings by pressing them out toward the back of the pulley. If necessary, clean the journal shaft using 200 grit emery cloth. Install new, sealed pulley bearings by pressing into the back of the pulley. Slide the pulley and bearing assembly onto the journal shaft. Reinstall the journal spacer with the lip facing up. When replacing the friction lining for an S-type clutch, be sure to align the lockup holes. To replace hub bearings, drive them out in opposite directions by moving the inner spacer to one side and tapping with a drift punch on the inner race of the lower bearings. Next, clean the hub. Press the new bearings into the hub. If the piston or splines are worn, replace them as a whole unit using Horton part number 994243 for an S-type clutch and number 994244 for the HTS model. Or use the super kit, which includes all of the parts in the bearing kit plus a hub assembly. Part numbers for the super kit are 994272 in the case of the S-type clutch and 994273 for the HTS model. Replace the piston assembly onto the shaft. Torque the adjusting nut to 150 foot-pounds. Lightly grease the U-cup with Parker O-ring lubricant, which is included with each kit. Insert the U-cup into the shaft, making sure the open end faces down. Gently press the carbon head of the air cartridge to ensure full, smooth spring extension. Insert the replacement cartridge assembly, which includes the O-ring, into the shaft and install the new snap ring. Once again, exercise caution when working with retaining rings. Safety goggles are a must when working with spring or tension-loaded fasteners. Apply a thin film of Parker O-ring lubricant to the top of the air cartridge, making sure the snap ring is seated correctly in the snap ring groove. Lubricate the two O-rings with Parker O-ring lube. Replace one in the air chamber and the other on the piston friction disc. To remove the face seal, located in the air chamber, use a 5/8" hex socket. Install the replacement face seal from the parts kit. Torque the face seal to 50 inch-pounds. Reinstall the air chamber using new cap screws. Torque the cap screws to 180 inch-pounds. This completes the parts replacement and overhaul process. Spin all moving parts to see that they move smoothly and freely. Apply 90 psi of air pressure to be sure no air leak has developed during reassembly of the fan clutch. Together with preventive maintenance, presented in a separate videotape available from Horton, this parts replacement and overhaul will assure reliable service from your Horton fan clutch. If the fan clutch fails on the road, you can easily troubleshoot it and get back to the shop using fail-safe backup procedures. In the event of an air leak or air loss, the fan cannot cool the engine because the fan clutch cannot operate without air pressure. First, align the holes in the pulley with the holes in the friction disc. Then insert the Horton Come Home bolts, two 5/8" 18NC 1-inch long socket head cap screws, and torque to 25 foot-pounds. Keep in mind, it is the clamping of the plates that provides the turning force, not the shear strength of the bolts. The clutch is now secure for temporary running until the air leak is fixed. In the case of an electrical malfunction on the road, for a normally closed system, Disconnect the positive wire at the thermal switch and tape it to prevent electrical arcing. Now the clutch will remain engaged. Use the same procedure in the case of a thermal switch or three-way valve failure. For a normally open system, apply the fail-safe method using the two lockup bolts.
Horton. For more information, see your Horton dealer or distributor, or call 800-621-1320.